Okay, fellow Nigerians, greetings to you all. Yes. This is a serious matter, my people, and but I'm making this broadcast just to further assure all obedience worldwide that Obi is coming. Obi is coming. The information coming, from every nooks and crannies, it shows that Obi is coming. On Monday next week, the petition tribunal will start sitting to review, the petition before it, and of course to consider all of the issues available. But let me tell us that there are a number of information that we are gathering. I mean, just over a week ago or so, if you are not already aware, people are already aware of this. Premium Times made a very important discovery, and that discovery was that Obi actually won Rivers State elections. You will recall that the results INEC announced show that Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the Rivers State election, and that really has not gone down with everybody. People, in fact, as a matter of fact, personally, I'm still reeling from the shock of the presidential election because I know exactly what the impact is on the entire system. But Premium Times were curious because when 21 local government results out of 23 or so were announced, Obi was leading by more than 23,000 votes. All of a sudden, the result was being expected from Obi Akpo local government. When Obi Akpo local government result came, INEC announced that Tinubu got 80,000 votes, and they apportioned some 3,000 votes or so, or 7,000 votes to Peter Obi. Right? Now, what Premium Times did was to go and review the INEC portal, the IREV, to see how the result from the IREV tallies with what the INEC chairman announced for Obi Akpo local government area. And what Premium Times found out from the INEC portal, after collation and tallying everything of Obi Akpo, Premium Times found out that Obi actually scored about 73,000 votes, while Tinubu scored about 17,000 plus votes in Obi Akpo, which meant that Obi leading by over 23,000 votes before Obi Akpo results came in. Okay, if this result had been tallied alongside, Obi actually would have carried Rivers State by something close to 100,000 votes. You understand what I'm saying now, if I'm not mistaken? So clearly, Premium Times don't go anywhere now. They're actually using the report, official report in the INEC portal. Now that's not the only case. We have seen cases, where randomly people just check INEC portal to find out that the result declared by INEC is different from what is in the portal. These are even after all of the shenanigans that are taking place in the election. And we have it a very good report. And the Obi team, they've got so many, materials, evidences to prove that Obi was the winner of the 2023 presidential election. So I want to assure Nigeria, because you don't get how they want to do it. I'm just trying to imagine what magic they would. I mean, look at Adamawa State. Look at. I hear that the Resident Electoral Commission right now is under arrest. Look at the sham, look at the shenanigans, look at the shame they brought upon us. You look at all of these, you ask yourself, where lies the future of the Nigerian state? Because the truth of the matter is that there is no nation that can have proper development if that nation will not have an electoral process right. And that's the truth. Because if the people don't determine those that govern them, at the end of the day, how can they be sure that they will be good governors? But look at what is making the rounds right now. Sheyi Bola Tinubu's son, okay, since 2015, bought a property in the United Kingdom worth 10.8 million pounds. That's around $12 million. Where is the money? Waiting being work. Waiting they do. This one it's not the news will be saying, man. Now one Nigerian local newspaper that carry. This was carried by Bloomberg. As a matter of fact, that property in question was even under investigation by the Nigerian, corruption team. So at the end of the day, how can we bring a man saddled with this so much corruption baggage and say, now I make president? They've named the president-elect. And nasty fake results here and there. And this is why Nigerians are on the edge on this matter. Nigerians are on the edge as far as this matter is concerned. They are waiting for validation. America refused to congratulate anybody on this matter. The European Union refused to congratulate Bola Ahmed Tinubu because they know that this was a mandate that was stolen. I am going through this because just earlier today, I received this letter on behalf of my wife. My wife happens to be a Spanish citizen. She's a Nigerian Spanish. And this letter came today, and I just opened the letter, and I found out that, it is the Electoral Commission of Spain that actually sent this letter out to my wife. Okay? Now, what is in this letter? This is an envelope. Okay? This is another envelope. Okay? Self-addressed, well, not the self-addressed envelope, it's an addressed envelope. These are ballot papers. These are ballot papers and instructions, and that my wife should, fill out the ballot papers, make, vote for whoever she wants to vote for, envelope it, and of course drop it in the post office so that it will be carried over to Spain. Now, this is exactly what nations of this world do to ensure that their own diaspora, community across the world participate in their local elections. They determine those who govern them. They are part of the process. It's only in Nigeria, and the only reason why it's not happening in Nigeria is because these people in the establishment, they know that if the diaspora is empowered to determine, to be part of the electoral process in Nigeria, there will be less room for corrupt for corrupt activities. There will be less room for corruption to take place, because for you to have your diaspora take part in your elections, it means that a lot of things will have been in place, and the diaspora community will have to determine so much that may not even be in the favor of the establishment. And that is why consistently they want to ensure that they shut the diaspora out. Look at the nation today. Look at how Nigerians are trooping. Go to the foreign missions in Nigeria. Look at the number of Nigerians trooping, fighting to go out. The other day I was at Heathrow. I went to welcome a friend back. I was amazed the number of Nigerians were arriving Heathrow, forcing their way to leave. Just last week here, somebody was telling me that a medical doctor of no mere repute, in University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital, a very senior medical doctor, a professor at that matter, he just left. So at the end of the day, why are this happening? These are happening because of the kind of system we have had. And we've had this kind of system because we have always allowed thieves, rogues, we have always allowed people that actually don't merit elected positions to take over the rest of power. And that's exactly the same mistake we're about to make right now. I'm not the one making the allegations. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son. You understand what I'm saying now? Being, allegedly involved in very top-class corruption. As a matter of fact, according to sources from Bloomberg, the Nigerian government investigating that property, revealed that it's one of the highest corruption levels that ever took place in Africa, that was involved in that process. So at the end of the day, the same man is whose father has been selected by INEC right now, okay, to take over Nigeria, are waiting, swearing in. And yet, we have a flawed electoral process as this. So Nigerians, my own is that, I don't know, and I'm still trying to wonder how they want it done, because the blind can see this evidences flying all around. The death creates. So at the end of the day, my people, the only thing we can say is that Obi is coming. Let's not lose hope. We were on a very serious process, a serious movement en route to the electoral process, the election. Now, post-election, it is not over. We are still very much in that spirit. We must wake up from our slumber, do whatever we can. We are not asking we are not asking the judiciary to give the mandate to incoming President Peter Obi, on a platter, but we are asking them to allow justice prevail, to consider the evidence before them, to review the results, all of the results, because we're already seeing that what was announced by the INEC chairman, is different from a lot of what is already in the portal. You understand the bishop from the IRF, and thankfully, we are actually getting some information that IRF cannot now be tampered with, because it was hosted by Amazon. Without, you understand what I'm saying? And expert IT, IT guys can actually trace everything. You understand what I'm saying? And bring them out the way they are, in their very original sense and all of that. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of hope that Peter Obi is coming, and Peter Obi will be president of Nigeria. We are keeping faith with this process, because the things we see excites us. It's probably going to spell what Nigeria should actually be. And the reason why I'm very much enthusiastic, even more this time, is because even subsequent elections after the presidential elections, you understand what I'm saying? The governorship, of course, the Adamawa state, this thing is what we can, it's an eyesore, to be very honest. You understand? My own Edo state, it was a sham of the highest order. A sham. In fact, such jamboree in an electoral process is unheard of anywhere in this world. You understand what I'm saying now? Where the House of Assembly elections in Edo State, in fact, everybody's dazed, like, what? And most of what they did, they were not even intelligent about them. You understand what I'm saying now? Well, we are hearing that some people are saying that the Labour Party cannot go to court. But what we are seeing already is showing that some of those guys that have been declared winners and they are House of Assembly members elect, many of them will be thrown out by the time cases in court would have been considered. Because even the corruption, the rigging, they were not done intelligently. Imagine a place, a particular ward, you understand what I'm saying, that has about 12,000 registered voters. 11,000 something registered voters. And the people accredited to vote in the election of that day, they were less than 2,000. And yet they were apportioning and giving more than 9,000 votes to a particular candidate. People who are accredited, registered in the INEC portal, they were less than 2,000. And yet a particular candidate scored about 9,000 plus votes, because they looked at the people who registered in that particular, ward or so, as the case may be, and you just use that number to fill in. So you see that it's the same IRF that appear to have betrayed the trust of Nigerian people that they have used, is the same IRF that is going to give all of them out. Why? Because people without integrity, have been asked to man the process, because we have had a flawed system holistically. So therefore nothing works, because there's always room for people to think that they can manipulate. And the only man who will govern Nigeria and bring some sanity to us, that change will happen from top down, will be Peter Gregory Obi. And that is why we appeal to the judiciary to consider the evidence, the body of evidence before her, and issue pronouncements. And what we expect, based on what we can see, except, of course, the things that we are seeing right now, they are false. But if there are anything to go by, we ask the judiciary to do the needful and give Nigeria true justice. At least that will restore some confidence, because the shenanigans, they're just unacceptable. We must set this page right. Nigerians are all over the world, and yet they cannot participate in their elections. Obi has promised that this year will be the last election that the Nigerian diaspora community will not take part in, which means that he's ready to work assiduously to ensure that our electoral process okay, is less flawed than it is right now, so that the room can be given by the diaspora community to participate and, of course, help to determine those that govern us in the future. Nigerians, Obi is coming. At the verse, but maybe God know why all these things they happen, probably to correct us better. But Obi is coming. Let's not give up. Let's keep, the belief. Let's keep it alive. God bless you all. My name is Comrade Lamsi Oriakhi. Obi is coming.
Comrade Show, wait, Comrade Lamsi Oriakhi. This is the Comrade Show.